Hello, my darling Wastelanders. I am more to me for life, and riding in the navigation seat is Tigeress.
Sup?
So that is your phrase.
It's becoming so, yeah.
It's becoming the phrase. Today, we are actually not in one of my builds, but one in Tigress's builds, and we are at Abernathy Farm.
It's only 50% complete.
So it's more of like a build update. She wanted to prove she is in fact working on a mega build.
Yes.
And Preston wants to prove that he has a butt in that outfit.
Yeah, seriously, this man has got a booty.
Booty. Okay. Moving on.
But this is the actual farm. I varied up their crops because they only had potatoes. And I'm just like, okay, I'll keep the majority of the potatoes, but I'll start, like, every other one I changed it. Random cat. I also gave this cat a friend. I don't know where the other cat's at, but I gave it a friend. So it's actually varied up. And they also have some chemical light plants and some gourds. And then, of course, the huge melon patch. All I did was add more melons.
Everybody could always use more melons.
Now, the thing behind this build is the Abernathys, of course, this is later on, and they have this huge, you're going to walk around? Okay.
While you talk, yes. I'm navigating now.
See, there's the other cat. There's his best friend.
So you got some texture out here.
Mm-hmm. Also changed up their steps, because after you get rid of something here, you can't put it back, or on the building you can't put it back. So I was sitting there constantly having to fix stuff to do what I could. But the story behind this build is the Abernathys have built up their farm so big where other people have begun to move into the settlement. And it's no longer just the Abernathys, it's all of these people. And they are the original people here, so therefore they are the biggest. They're probably the richest family here. So, of course, they have the biggest house, since it is their original house. But then again, they also have all the better stuff as well. Also, they have, like, indentured servants. I don't want to call them, like, slaves, but that's kind of what they are.
Alright, so are they paid or not paid?
They're paid, but it's so little, it's scarcely anything.
Alright, then, they've got cheap labor.
Yeah, let's say it that way.
Indentured servants, they more or less work free for a certain amount of time. Slave is like the person owns them and they don't pay him nothing. And then low wage, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So they're kind of low wage.
Yeah.
Bathroom!
Yeah, they had an itty bitty bathroom and you could see through everything, and I was like, just like, no, that ain't gonna work for me.
That's clipping. Just so you know.
It's how it came out.
Oh, is that one of those?
Yeah.
Oh.
And on many occasions in that bathroom, I've caught Preston either taking a bath or the shower thing, or he was using the toilet and the door was open. Okay.
That is rude.
Oh, I also took out this little center thing here. All the bridges that just went all the way up to the roof. I was just like, nope, that is clutter in the middle of it. It is not needed. So I added in a different type of support and was just like, yeah, that's one thing you can't get rid of. The ramp is still there, even though it's not there.
I'm on it. I'm not. I'm on it. Okay. Okay, so if you build here and you delete that thing, the collision is still there.
Yeah. Then, of course, some little sitting areas. And little guard-like area. And, of course, if you dare to jump over there, you get some sitting area. Nothing really across the roofs. Even though I've countless times saw Miss Abernathy up there. Then, of course, all the machines. I haven't gotten around to where I stocked the Nuka-Cola machine, but this place hasn't had small item decorating yet. Downstairs has. I haven't got around to up here yet. I want to do that like right before I do the actual mega build. We'll finish it. But that is the guard station, and then, of course, I usually have people around behind them so they can talk to somebody. So that they don't fall asleep on the job.
Okay, so the Abernathy started out like maybe the way that you found them at the beginning, but after you help them, they kind of build up this empire?
Yep.
Hi, kitty.
Look over on the coffee table.
On the coffee. Oh! Battle of the Giants.
You gave me that idea, and I was just like, yep, I'll put that somewhere. They had the little robots over there, like they were actually going to use the robots at one point, but then they found the gnomes.
Okay, did you show around the back, or did you do anything around the back? I don't know what you did.
No.
No. Okay.
I just have some boxes blocking up a thing right there. And then the cow.
The cow.
Yeah, the cow. She now has razor grain actually live and growing all back there.
Oh, good. She could feed herself.
Then, of course, this is the very, very poor part of the settlement. Now, ignore how the doors open. I probably should have closed that, but that's where the rich area is going to be. But this is actually the poorer part of the settlement. This is where people who work on the Abernathy's farm and they don't make very much, this is where they live. There is an actual, you have to go through the curtain in order to get inside there.
Cool.
And he has his little grill. And then all these houses that are just built against the wall, they are very, very poor. Like this person, I'm surprised they even have a table.
Probably picked it up out of a trash heap.
Yeah, probably.
And Miss Abernathy was having a fit and redecorating.
But of course, you have the people who either A, just moved there, or B, who just, like, yeah, I would guess you would just say it would just be people who just moved there. Either that or they're just people who can't get a job. And this guy, I actually came up with a story behind him. I haven't came up with a story behind everybody, but him, this was my first build actually on this area before I even got started on the actual house. I was trying to build a wall around this area, and then I tried to come up with different ideas for the wall. And I stuck one of those out there thinking, hey, this can be a cool little shelter thing, and I decked it out and everything, and then I showed Mom, and she's like, oh my gosh, that is so cool. I never thought to do that.
Yeah, I never thought to use one of these bus terminal things as an actual house. I usually use it like a storage area.
Then these are like two middle-class people right here. That one and the one across from it. These people are kind of middle class. They're a little bit better off. Most of these people are single. I haven't put an actual couple in here yet. Well, except for one, which we're going to get to them. They're another middle class family. But these people have slightly better decked out homes. And you remember how I had the original fire pit over here? Because I was trying to put it back. But I ended up getting rid of it and just putting these steps in here.
Well, that's good. It adds some texture to the ground.
And this person, I haven't did all the small item decorating to this area just yet. But that's as good as I can get it.
For now.
Yes, for now. And then, of course, this person, you just walk through the curtain. And that is actually a house.
Wow.
You're stepping all this stuff.
Oh, sorry, dude. I didn't see that there. My bad.
And then this building is the warehouse. This is where kind of the lower people on the thing, they will either come in here to steal some stuff, or they'll pick it out from the trash heap out by the side. But this is basically where they store everything until it can get shipped.
Cool.
And then this family, this is another family I have a story behind. This is a couple who just had a little girl, and they just moved here, you know, fresh start, because they have a new family and all that. Well, both the parents are working, and they have like this grandmother-like figure, hence the reason I put the sleeping bag on the thing, because that's actually where somebody sleeps.
Oh, okay.
The grandmother will sleep there, and she takes care of the little girl while both the parents go out and work. Every day, almost 12-hour to 14-hour shifts.
Good grief.
Yeah, long shifts. And this is the guard I was telling you about earlier. This poor guard. This poor guard. He's the ticket person. He stands there at the gate to make sure everybody is allowed to go where they're supposed to.
But you did make very good use of the space.
Mm-hmm.
Very good use of the space.
He's the one, see right where you're at right here? Right here is where he'll stand on a daily basis. You see
Right
what
here.
I mean by his little yard.
Mm-hmm.
But he'll stand in this area, and people will walk to him, hand them like their card or whatever they have, showing that they actually work somewhere inside the richer area, and then he'll let them pass. So if you don't work inside the richer part of town, you can't go there.
Okay.
If you live in the city. If you have a visitor's pass, which you actually get from the Abernathys, because you'll come in, you'll talk to them and everything, and you'll get a visitor's pass from them. That allows you to also go in there.
Cool.
So not as big as I would hope it to be, but the richer part of town is going to be huge.
Okay, so now I'm kind of curious. With all of this that's built here, I want to see your size bar. Not bad.
Keep in mind, I haven't done small item decorating to a lot of it just yet. It's all the I'll come back and put it back in later. Preston doesn't know what to do half the time.
What are you doing, Preston? You quit looking at that cat weird.
It is not food.
It's not food. It's not an appetizer. It
Stop.
is not a shish kebab. Stop looking at the cat. Stop it. Okay.
I didn't know what to do with that. It looked like a balcony at first, and then when I went around the other areas, I couldn't figure out how they got up there, so I was just like, I'm leaving that alone. Until later, until I figure out what I want to do with it.
I'm kind of curious. I don't think I've ever noticed that.
You can't get up there, Mama. I've tried. You're going to toggle collision just to get up there, aren't you?
Of course. I just want to see. Ah, okay. That's where it's just like a little side area.
Mm-hmm. You didn't press enter. There you go.
Ah, press shift. Okay. Alright, was there anything else you wanted to show that I wasn't nosy enough to stick my nose in?
You were nosy enough to stick your nose in everything, but you didn't keep slow enough to notice like small details like this.
Well, I figured whenever you did the actual full build, it would be a lot slower and showing all the detail.
Yeah. Haven't got around to fully... This is their table right now. Haven't fully decked it out. But yeah, this is also another place, like, original traders. Like, traders will come in here and put, like, give the Abernathys a little bit of what they have.
Mm-hmm.
They'll trade with the Abernathys first, and then they'll go in and they'll trade with the richer people. So they actually get multiple opportunities to trade in this area.
Awesome.
And then you also have, you know how the small paid workers, they also have their little break area right here.
Mm-hmm.
And the Abernathys will come out here and work themselves. They don't necessarily need the other people out here to work, but they enjoy the help. And the people do get slightly paid for it. So. And then this was the first area I built. And this guy, I didn't actually get to finish telling his story before we moved on. He is a guard. He is an assistant for a big-time person over there. A guard. And he also helps haul things into the warehouse, which he also gets paid for. He's working technically 3 jobs. Of course, one is like a every other time kind of job, and the other 2 are actually full-time jobs. And this person just moved here to be a secretary to somebody. And this guy's been here this is probably the old guy who was probably a part of the Minutemen at one point. And just like tried to settle down but couldn't do anything.
You're doing the spastic hand movements thing again.
Sorry.
Dizzy.
Sorry. This was my first indication that, okay, I have to go really poor with this part of the settlement. I have to make them look dirt poor. And that was kind of my first indication to it, because I was thinking, I don't have to make them look that poor. I don't have to really do that much. But then that was kind of a wake-up call for that one. I have to do a lot to make them look like they have nothing.
It's amazing how much work you have to put into making it look like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It is actually a lot of work, because it's too easy to sit there and say, I want them to have more than this.
Mm-hmm. Like this person, I actually wanted them to have like a sheet or something, like this person down here has like a sheet hanging over their stuff, but I'm just like, nah. This person can be considered a middle class person, but he's hardly ever here, so I didn't give him a bigger house. He's like here to fill in paperwork and sleep. That's his biggest thing. He'll even eat in the richer side of town, because most of the time he's out eating with like his boss or somebody. This person actually runs one of the smaller shops, and so does this person over here. These two I see being like some of the original people to settle down in here first, along with this guy. And over time, they kind of built up other areas. This one obviously being the newest person here, because their place is just like crammed into the random corner. And then the guards were established because the poorer people would come over into the richer section and like steal food. But you can see nothing down here in the richer section is actually done, except for that little piece of the wall that I've actually gotten started on, because today, or was it yesterday? It was yesterday that I actually finished up this area. I actually haven't been able to get on here today. But I'm proud of myself with how much I've gotten done. Do you want to sign off?
Yes. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have now touched base with Tigeress and seen her build. If you have any comments or suggestions, like other than for Preston to lay off the caffeine, maybe, leave them down in the comment section. And Tigeress will continue to work. My build is coming along. Trash Can Carla is going to be very, very happy. But we will see you folks next time. You have a wonderful day, a wonderful night, and a wonderful 5 o'clock somewhere. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Now we have to...
Okay.
Blue moon, I saw you standing alone.
Oh, God.
Without a Kitty. Oh, God. Possessed cat! Possessed cat! Preston, you can make your shish kebabs now.
Oh, my.
That was creepy.
Cow!